So Christ comes. It results in believers for God. They enter into God's family. We covered this already. God becomes their father, right? God gets glory. We get tremendous blessings. We covered all that the last few weeks. And we could stop there. But we can't. Because we have to know what it cost. We did nothing to achieve our salvation. We contributed in no way possible. It was 100% a gift of God. The standard is God's holiness. We've fallen short of that standard. There will come a time of judgment, and according to that method right there, every single person would be condemned and going to hell. What we all deserve is hell. You say, well, why can't God just sort of let us in the back door? If he's a loving God, no, because he's a God of justice. Sin has to be punished. And this is the amazing part, that he would choose to pay that price himself. And we use a good theological word here, and that word is redemption. People have said that verses 18 and 19 of 1 Peter 1 are the best verses of redemption in the entire Bible. You've heard the word before. Redemption simply means to buy back. You should know that, to buy back. And oftentimes what it refers to is something that was once ours or something that we want. And what we have to do is we have to talk to that person and say, what would it take, what would it cost for me to buy back that object or that person? Back then it was used of slaves. So if a person was a slave and I say, I want to release that person from slavery and bring that individual and adopt that slave into my family as a son or a daughter, that slave owner would probably say, well, then you need to redeem the slave. I'm not just going to give you one of my hardest working slaves. You have to pay a price. And that price is referred to as what? The ransom. These are all theological terms. And when a person put a ransom on something, it was a high price. It wasn't a pack of baseball cards and some chewing gum. If you want this slave, if you want this item back that you sold to me because you wanted to get that house or you wanted your freedom, whatever the case was, if you want to buy it back, it's going to cost you dearly. And the most expensive thing back then, as we already learned from the beginning of chapter 1, was what? Gold. Gold. Here's the irony. Verse 18. We were not redeemed with perishable things like gold and silver. So imagine the greatest cost that someone could pay to redeem something or someone back to him or herself, and you're saying, the best I come up with is a whole bunch of gold. And the Bible says, you aren't redeemed with gold or silver. That stuff is perishable. You were purchased from your slavery to sin and to be delivered over to God's possession, verse 19, by the precious blood as of a lamb unblemished and spotless, the blood of Christ.